If you've ever struggled with back to school, then you're in the right place because so have we. Many times this transition of back to school, it's a big one, right? Especially after such a long break over the summer, the thought alone of going back to school, changing the whole routine, getting back into the swing of things, it can cause a lot of anxiety, restlessness, and dysregulation in our children. And it doesn't end there, right? It's not like they go back for one day and then immediately settle. Sometimes this dysregulation keeps happening, anxiety keeps showing up, we get the school refusal, and we get all these little bumps along the way. Stay till the end because I am going to share with you an amazing free resource that I've put together. But who am I? What am I doing here? So, my name is Natasha, and I am a family yoga teacher and a tapping coach. And one thing I'm really passionate about is supporting the family nervous system, helping children with emotional regulation, helping to support them so that they can feel what they feel, express what they feel, and move through it that doesn't, shut down, people please, try and do everything perfectly, right? So we're not looking to fix everything, right? We're looking to support our kids in this tough transition, this back to school transition. So, what can we do? We can't, as I say, we can't just do a quick fix. We can't just have our kids skip off happily to school because we did this one thing, right? It doesn't work like that, unfortunately. And those that know me will know I have had my fair share of rough mornings, right? So we have had the sleepless nights because of anxiety. We have had the school refusal, the refusing to put the shoes on, the I don't know where the shoes are, and all this different signs of this dysregulation showing up. And it can feel hard, right? And not just for us, but like for our kids especially. And so we want to be able to help them. And I received a comment on one of my videos before saying, we should just not send our kids to school. Now, I am doing home education now with my eldest, and my youngest is still going into school and starting a new school. Um, so I don't think the solution is always to homeschool, right? That's not why we're home educating. This might be a valid option for some where your child's needs aren't getting met at school and you're having a lot of trouble within the school. So this isn't about that, right? This is more about when our child feels really anxious, not wanting to go to school, and then they get there and they're fine. They have a good day and they tell you how good it was. And it's not that there's a big problem at school. It's just that this anxiety is showing up because of different reasons, right? And if we just try and force positivity, and even if we know it's going to be a good day, like we can't just go, come on, it's going to be good. Because if the body does not feel that sense of safety, the brain, it's going to look for like ways that it is in danger, right? It doesn't matter if you say, no, don't worry. And we do the affirmations, right? And like that's not going to work if you're not feeling safe within your body. So, if we look at the transition of back to school, or even just, one school day, it's not necessarily just one transition, right? We have a few in there. We have the transition of we're at the school gates and then they're going into school. We have the transition of us leaving the house. And then we have the transition of us waking up and going from that sleeping to wake state. That is the one I really want to kind of home in on today because this is such an important transition that often gets overlooked, right? We wake up and we're instantly getting ready, rushing for the day, getting everything together, the bags, the uniforms, the breakfast done, trying to leave on time. It can be so stressful. It is so stressful to get everyone up and ready and out the door to school. And that alone is a lot on everyone's nervous system, right? So, what if we look at that first part, that first transition, sleep to wake? If we can add something really supportive in there, something that is going to help yours and your child's nervous system to start the day in a regulated space, that is going to have a knock on effect for the rest of the day. That is going to help big time, big time, right? So, how do we do that? We can use our practices with the breath, we can use our morning tappings, we can do something where we're connecting together like family yoga, these mindful practices where we're not jumping straight into the day, but instead we're starting it with that intention. Okay, so we're coming back to that intention. So I have sucked at school mornings. Like, let's just get that out of the way. It's been chaos some mornings. And the days where it's gone so smooth, gone so much better, are the days where I added these practices in that from that wake, that sleep to wake transition, waking up more easily, right? It makes so much difference. So I really want to support you with that, with this back to school transition. So that's why I have put together a free 5 day challenge. It's the back to school nervous system reset. And for 5 days, we're going to meet on here for 10 minutes at like 7 a.m. That's UK and Ireland time, and 10 minutes of mindful practice together. And I will be guiding you through some gentle practices that are going to help to regulate your nervous system together. So we're not just on about calming down here, but that we're talking about true regulation so that you can have a better baseline for regulation, right? So, what I mean by this is our body is always going to be regulating itself in some way. We always come back to our baseline regulation. And the body is very good at doing this. You might notice this when uh, something happens, like cereal goes everywhere, and you go, that's your body regulating. You're taking a big breath, you're sighing it out. It's regulating that tiny moment so that you're able to meet that situation how you would want to, rather than, snapping or anything like that. So we want to not just regulate, but to consciously regulate and to help us get a better baseline so that we're not feeling on edge all the time, that we can actually really feel more present, really feel more relaxed when it's time for us to relax, and really true, authentic regulation. No faking it, no forcing calm through gritted teeth, just real regulation. Like, what would that mean for you to experience real, true regulation together? And this is going to help set up your child's day as well, right? So that maybe they're not skipping into school, but they're able to get ready, go into school, and feel themselves as they do this, right? They feel like themselves. They don't feel like they're being forced. They don't feel like they're powerless and hopeless and on edge. All right. So if you want to check out that challenge, I'm going to put it all in the show notes here. And if you're joining on TikTok, it is on my page. You can send me a message, just back to school challenge, and I will send you the details. We start on September the 1st, and this is 5 days. And then on the Friday, we are going to have a kind of celebration at the end of it, some more connected practices to help de stress, and again, about supporting that baseline of our regulation, right? We're letting go of stress and tension that builds up and builds up through the week, and we're going to let this go, have some fun, and celebrate any wins as well. Really excited to share this challenge with you. Just send me a message and we start very soon. That's all for me this week. Hope you have a wonderful week, whatever you're doing. Hope you're enjoying the rest of your time during the summer holidays. And yeah, let's make this back to school transition a really good one.